What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Hot Streak video. Today we're going to be doing some ranged gameplay in Tome of the Spider Queen, and I figured that I'd give it a go at actually going over the pick and ban as well, just to see how you guys like that type of formula where I start with the pick and ban, talk about what's going on, and then go into the gameplay, as opposed to just beginning with the gameplay. If you guys dislike this type of style and you'd rather just get into the action straight away, just leave a comment below and I will gladly go back to the original formula. Just trying stuff out. So to begin with, Tome of the Spider Queen, small map, lots of conflict, objectives, combat based. So we want skirmishers, we want powerful fighters as the centric element of our comp. As a result, we are going to be taking heroes that just skirmish well, fight well, blah 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 blah, etc etc etc. Kael's a great first pick, very powerful hero. Jaina and Thrall mean that one, they have an aggressive front line, which means they most likely will be playing a dive comp, so we do want to play a hero that's fairly-ish safe. There is the potential that Sylvanas isn't safe enough, but with Wailing Arrows, Valor might be good. Yeah, we will go with the Sylvanas. I'm just not a massive Valor fan. As you can see from their top, it's very aggressive forward. They want to use their aggressive potential and their burst potential between Jaina, Thrall, and Muradin to jump past the front line to the back line, destroy the enemy's back line, ignore our front line as quickly as they can, as much as they can, sorry, and then clean up the fight after their burst phase has ended. If our backline is able to evade that burst period, then we're very likely to win because their sustained damage is relatively lower compared to ours. As a result, that's what makes that escape mechanism so powerful. I'm able to avoid that initial burst phase and then begin pumping out the damage. Kael doesn't have as much of a escape mechanism. He does have a pseudo escape mechanism in gravity lapse, but that's obviously fairly weak to call that an escape mechanism. What he does have is CC, so he will be using that to keep himself alive. We do have Diablo and Brightwing, who aren't the best peelers in the game. They're a bit more brawler, bruisery. Brightwing functions better with tanks, with tankier bruisers than with light backlines. But we are just going to play this out and play it by ear and see how it all goes. Oh god, no, don't tell me this is a 600-second queue. I didn't even realize. Guys, I don't want to do this. Oh well, we don't have a choice. Anyway, the priority that we have for this game is going to be maintaining a fairly safe positioning while also pumping out as much damage as we can from the safety of the backline. With Sylvanas on this map, we are going to go to the top on the short lane, and we are going to push it as hard as we can, allowing Zeratul Diablo to roam while... Actually, we should have Diablo soak middle and Kael'Thas soak bottom, which leaves the safety of me and Kael'Thas to the further away lanes. Middle can be ganked by 2 lanes, and for example, top and bottom can only be ganked by 1 lane, which is middle. We're going to be taking With the Wind at level 1. Make sure that we get some extra range. Not going to check the bush or smoke. Definitely want to see the enemy team before I go out, just in the interest of playing safe, as we've mentioned. Kael is pinging me back for some reason. Alright, we do appear to be safe. You do want to be using your Q to we do pick up the first part, that's nice, although I do believe that the Jaina would have obviously been the more ideal choice. However, no issue, there was a tad of miscommunication between Kael and Diablo, who did throw the enemy out of Kael'Thas' Flame Strike. Ideally, Zeratul will maintain a very... That's a really fucking cool animation. I've never seen that animation before. Maybe I've never seen that skin before, I don't know. Ideally, Zeratul will be... Oh! He should die here, so I'm just going to let that go and go back to soaking. However, I'll be very disappointed if he doesn't die. Oh, I do need to come down here. This is an example of just how brawly this map is. Oh, potentially goofed that up there. Oh no, we do get the kill. Perfect. I definitely played that safer than I potentially needed to, but again, my goal this game is to be as safe as I possibly can be. I'm going to rotate back top. Don't want to be missing out on too much experience. Ideally, I don't use my Shadow Dagger to hit the Muradin, because sometimes that cannot guarantee the damage on the wave itself, which is the priority when using Shadow Dagger. Sorry. We are going to take Envenom at level 4. The other talents just don't have an amazing impact. Do juke out the Muradin Stormbolt, which is nice. If Jane had been there, she probably would have gotten a kill. I'm just going to use my Shadow Dagger to get as much damage on the wave as I can and get that cooldown off as soon as I possibly can. Jane is obviously looking to get aggressive on me. That's no problem. I am going to be rotating down. I'm going to rotate back top and push this in as hard as I can. I'm going to ping my team to back off. Gonna go for a sip now, just a nice time to do it. Diablo does get killed, so yeah, up is the danger ping.
I'm listening.
Ooh, really bad play from me there. Really bad play. Interesting play from Zeratul there, unnecessary. We're going to rotate back. We just were a tad low there in terms of health to be able to contest easily. Do want to ping our Diablo back, although he does seem pretty intent on going in. This is an example of people seeing your allied team in danger and overcommitting, potentially putting the whole team in a risky situation. It's much better to just, if an ally is going to die, let them die. There was no need to fight there. No need to put the team in a risky situation at all. We are going to get some nice Uther damage. Although we do need to switch to full stat. Do get some nice damage off on him as well. Kael has rotated mid, and I do need to maintain soak in all the lanes, so gonna take that opportunity to go top. Jaina should die here. She does end up going down, which is great. We do end up getting unstable poison, which is going to help a lot in relation to pushing these waves as quickly as, say, a Jaina, who is currently able to outpush us. Obviously not in a position to duel the Thrall amazingly well, so do just want to keep shoving that in and being able to rotate. Gonna take that sip and then go for a solid hand in with 11 gems. You don't want to spend too much time handing in gems. Obviously the more time you spend handing in gems, the less time you have being able to affect the map. Although Uther has put himself in a risky position there, so we do end up picking him up as well. This is just an example of quite bad positioning from both teams a number of times. We do get the first set of Web Weavers, that's very useful. I am going to rotate top. Our team is just spreading out quite badly. If you do see allies in lanes that you're heading to, it might be best to focus on getting something else. Or if you are going to go down with your allies, make sure that you are focusing on getting some nice ganks like we are getting out, which is wonderful. Solid play from Diablo. You don't want to just be passively soaking with more than one person in a lane. So web weavers are going out. We should just siege this down, and I am just going to do that. I'm just going to use the power of black arrows. Did I? What the fuck did I hit with that? Alright, that is Sylvanas down. Well played from Diablo. I was positioning way too defensively there. Cool, we pick up a full stat as well. This game's going fairly solidly so far. Just going to focus on picking up this turret as well and getting a really nice big XP advantage. We are going to back off here now because we are a tad overextended away from our team. And again, the focus of our gameplay this match will be on maintaining solid and consistent, safe, sustained damage. Mirrodin should be going down. Oh, that was a perfect knockback from Diablo. Literally perfect. Just going to focus on maximizing the damage that we can get out there. Thrall does end up going down. Making sure that we get off a solid amount of damage. I'm going to rotate bot and shove this as hard as we can. I do want to get these gems. Do end up picking them up as well, which is perfect. We are in a slightly dangerous position if there was an enemy teammate, sorry, aiming to stop us down there. We do, oh, that's really bad. I really wanted to get the 10 in there because I have too many gems at the moment. Like, I have a dangerously large amount of gems. Alright, so we are able to switch priority focus to the Thrall as he does get into a pretty risky position. Risky from Zeratul, although we do end up trading fairly evenly in that match, in that fight, sorry. Pretty risky fight, but you know, I'm all for a little bit of risk, particularly because we just had a level 10 advantage. They just got 10 as we started to fight, which was unfortunate. I don't believe Thrall got an ulti off, which very much could have made the difference between us winning that fight and losing. Or like winning less. So I do have 38 gems, I just definitely want to get as much of a 10 in as I can here. I want to push top right now, but I identify that it's too far forward for me to safely do it, so I am going to just stick with the team. That was a pretty hectic fight though. Ultimately, the weird combination of the Jaina Ring of Frost and the Falstad ultimate, I think ultimately did more harm for them than good. Why did I do that? I used my Wailing Arrow for damage there. I honestly thought I could execute him, but I simply couldn't. Just very silly play from me. I want to get into a position where we are able to do get some nice damage off there. Mirrodin went way too aggressive there. I'm not particularly sure what he thought he was going to be able to do by jumping into a team of people. I guess he just really wanted that that kill on me. We do end up picking up a keep, which is really good. It's really nice. The boss call is risky, but I'm willing to go for it. Are we doing it though? As a team? I don't think we are anymore. Oh, this is so risky. This is potentially just a massive throw here. So we do get it off and it goes well. Ultimately, we are going to Wailing Arrow aggressively here. Purely because we are very far ahead in this particular team fight and we are able to. Kael does end up missing out on his Wailing Arrow there. We're going to take blood for blood because we are versing a Muradin, and that can make up a lot of health, particularly while he's in avatar form. Did that make him sound like he was Aang? Oh god, that would be amazing. Karazim, Muradin together are quite literally the avatar. Perfect. For anyone who hasn't watched that show, Avatar: The Last Airbender, just go fucking watch it. Just do it. I'm unsure about that Void Prism, but I mean, it wasn't up to me to fire really. We are just currently in the process of cleaning up. Alright, we should just be focusing on finishing the game now. So a really nice, pretty easy and pretty quick win from our team. Solid play overall, particularly from the Kael'Thas. He and I were able to just put out a really large amount of safe range damage, and that ultimately ended up winning us the game pretty convincingly. So, thanks everybody for watching, really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care, see you next soon. So go out.